This building behind me at 828 East Pender was the first home of a young Jewish immigrant from Eastern Europe. Escaping the political turmoil of post-war Poland and traveling for months by train and by ship, Jack Diamond arrived in Vancouver in 1927, speaking no English and having only a few dollars in his pocket. But what Jack did have was determination and vision, as well as a strong commitment to his Jewish heritage and to his fellow citizens. Jack Diamond was born in 1909 on a farm in Poland, where he grew up around livestock and the meat business. His first job when he arrived in Vancouver was as a butcher at Kirkham's Groceteria on Hastings Street. Realizing he wasn't cut out to work for others, Jack partnered with his older brother Dave on a wholesale meat operation. It was also through his brother that Jack met a young woman from the Strathcona neighborhood, Sadie Mandelman. Jack and Sadie were married in 1931 and would have two sons, Charles and Gordon. In 1928, Jack bought the British Pork Butchers and quickly expanded the business by acquiring other shops and adding a wholesale operation. In 1939, Jack took on an even larger enterprise, the Pacific Meat Company, a business he grew to become the biggest independent meat packer in Western Canada. As a boss to over 400 employees, Jack was an early advocate of employee rights and introduced workers' benefits before most other private companies. As a break from the pressures of business, Jack became a horse racing enthusiast. But ever the entrepreneur, he also became involved in the business of racing, eventually owning and operating Lansdowne Park in Richmond and Hastings Park in Vancouver. In the mid-1960s, Jack sold Pacific Meats and started West Coast Reduction, a tallow and feed company with his sons, Charles and Gordon. With Jack's contacts and reputation, the company grew quickly, acquiring key competitors across Western Canada. During his rise as an entrepreneur, Jack became recognized as a leader in Vancouver's Jewish community. He served as a conciliator of disputes and as a master fundraiser for dozens of projects. In 1947, he was head of the building committee for the new Sheretz Tzedek Synagogue on Oak Street, and was also on the cemetery board for nearly 50 years. In 1953, Jack chaired the special events committee that raised funds to complete Empire Stadium. He played a key role, as without the stadium, Vancouver would have lost the 1954 British Empire Games. Jack also had a decade-long association with Simon Fraser University. He was on the Board of Governors from 1967 until 1973, received an honorary doctorate in 1974, and served as chancellor during the mid-1970s. Jack Diamond is a shining example of a talented, hard-working immigrant who achieved success in his adopted homeland. As a community leader, the act of giving was one of his most fundamental beliefs. In 1991, to acknowledge his service to the community, he was awarded the Order of BC and a Distinguished Leadership Award from the City of Vancouver. Jack was also a member, an officer, and a companion of the Order of Canada. The Lieutenant General of BC, David Lamb, said that Jack Diamond left an indelible mark on the history of BC as a businessman, sportsman, philanthropist, and a community-minded citizen.